Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Sylvia and I make videos on planning with the occasional review. Planning has always been my way of working out problems and solving the day-to-day issues in my life. Join me as I experiment on how to best tackle projects, figure out how to stick with habit tracking, and celebrate the wins, both big and small. So grab a cup or a glass of whatevs and let's get on with the video. Hey planner friends, so this video started out really bright and beautiful, but then the sun was coming out and moving and there was all these sunbeams and you couldn't really sun rays and you couldn't really see anything. So like a crazy person, I had to go and tape pieces of paper. I didn't have any newspaper, so it's not that kind of crazy situation. Like the government is trying to they're already doing that. They're already spying on us, but I have sheets of paper that are washi taped to my window so that the sun wouldn't come out. Now I'm concerned that this video is going to be too dark because the sun has moved again. I don't know. We're just going to try our best to get through this. I also rearranged my desk and made, you know, a completely different situation that I'm not completely comfortable with yet. So I am aware that you can see one of these little foot, I don't know, of my monitor stand. And we're just going to roll with it. Okay, cool. Okay, so my planning system right now is that I'm using a Nolte 6501 that has a monthly that looks like this, and then weeklies that look like this, so they are time blocking. And I am currently using these just to sit down on really busy days when I need to time block because, you know, the day is really, really tight or there's something I really, really need to make sure I get done in a timely fashion. The monthly, if you watched my last video, I was like, I'm not going to use this. I'm going to go to Google Calendar because a lot of the stuff I'm doing needs to be scheduled. A lot of it is video chats. I've been saying conference calls. I've been asking people, hey, do you want to do a conference call? Because I'm an old person apparently. Maybe it's video chat. I don't know. Whatever. But this is just, you know, it's fine to have, but using Google Calendar works so much better because I can schedule the video chat and then it will bring up a little you know, bleep post, I don't know, a reminder, I guess, that says, hey, in 10 minutes you have this video chat, and it doesn't matter whether I'm on my laptop, my iPhone, or my iPad. It goes to all of them, and that's pretty awesome. And it also already has the link, so I don't have to go back into my email. I can just click and start chatting away with writerly friends. So, I don't know what happened, around here or here. I really missed this calendar. I missed having it on my desk so I didn't have to open Google Calendar, which is not that serious, but still, I'm that kind of lazy, y'all. This is lazy planning. Sometimes I think people forget that because they see that I add a little bit of color or some structure. It's lazy planning. And so I missed this. I went ahead and refilled this out and I feel so much better about my life, and it's just on my desk at all times and I love it. I missed it. I'm still using both. Okay, the other thing I'm using is the bullet journal pocket notebooks. These are supposed to be A6 size, and we've talked about this to no end, so if you don't know about them, watch those videos and my review. So currently I have finished an entire month, I say month with quotations, of 10-day planning, but it hasn't been a consecutive month because I started this in July, mid-month. So that's true, but I have done finally an early month, a mid-month, and a late month. So we're back at early month, and this went really well. Loved it. Worked out great. You can see here. I'm still playing around with, you know, marking things out if, you know, I had to reschedule them or they're no longer relevant, and that's fine. I have mentioned in other videos that I just have put this column here for signifier. So also if I don't put an asterisk meaning that this needs to get done speedy quick, I can also put that I need to schedule something for later or migrate it, and that's working out really well for me. As I've mentioned before, sometimes I'll have a really busy day. Sometimes I'll block a couple of days together because I'm not sure when I'll get this stuff done, but it needs to be done within the next 2 days or have 2 days to chip away at it. That is the same here for the end of the early month, the last 2 days. Now the struggle I had that kind of threw me off, and these are just silly things that planner people get. Other people will say it's not that serious, Sylvia, but planner people understand it. So the 11th started in the mid-month, so I had to make an executive decision. I could put the 11th here, because this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are usually that block of time when I'm home, when Jay's home, when Jade is at least home for one, if not two of these days, and we can all get like family stuff done together, home stuff done together. Well, because the 11th goes with the mid-month, it's the first day of mid-month, I was like, blah, I don't know what to do. Is that stupid? It's so stupid. Put it wherever you want, but I put it here. Although you will see that because I usually have these 3 days together, I even wrote Sunday here, there are some things that I started doing this morning and stuff that I have planned for this morning over here because I had already written them here, but made the decision to put the sticker over here. This is stupid. This is dumb. And it doesn't, like, if you're like, why does this matter? This video is not for you. I'm not talking to you, at least in this portion of the video. I'm talking to the planner people who get that. They just get that and it's fine. Yeah, so if you're wondering like, hey Sylvia, why do you have these 11s over here if 11 is over? That's why, and we're moving on. I've spent way too much time, you don't care. Anyway, so here's how we ended up with the, I keep forgetting what these are called, MD Memo Block. So these little pages are adorable, I love them. They're shorter than what I was originally, using for this whole system. And so I was nervous that I wasn't going to have enough of these squares, but look, I have space. So that's great. I am adding on down here at the bottom things that I don't think she actually does, which is some tasks that I want to get done in the 10-day period, things I want to, you know, keep my eye on, like making YouTube videos, which I didn't do this week. I was supposed to, but I decided that's okay because we're going to do it on this 10-day period, the first day. It's totally fine. Then my audiobook and physical book. So my system usually is, if I read that day, I make an X, and if I actually, well, that's for audiobooks. And then the physical books, I have a square around. I'm going to be starting a physical book for this 10-day period, but I didn't do one for this one because I was crazy busy and I had no time to sit and read. I needed to multitask. So audiobooks for the win. I have been doing crap, obviously, as you can see here, with keeping up on my reading journal, but a lot of times I can do it 2 or 3 times in a 10-day period and get all of the notes done. It's just, I'm not sure how accurate they are because I'm not doing it every day that I am listening or reading. Does that make sense? So yeah, shame on me, whatever. Then I have my 1K a day. So I'm not trying to push to write 1K every day. That's difficult because I am currently very busy, but there have been several days in this last 10-day period where I was able to achieve that without even putting pressure. So that's pretty awesome. I also put that I have a little bit of a schedule that I've created in the back on page 33. So that is why that is there. So this worked out really well. And yeah, I forgot to check off the days. Usually I like to do that. So this morning when I made this guy, I actually checked off all the top of this because I'm a crazy person and it was very early when I meant to check off all of these. So that's why we have some cream out. That sounds crazy and not appropriate. Anyway, white out that's cream up here at the top. Now it was having anger management issues and I had to get a little aggressive with it. And so that's why it's very thick and crazy, and it's fine. It's not that serious. I'm letting go of prettiness in here. It's just, you know, a tool I use to help me out. I know, 11 here, 11 here, whatever. So that's all working out great. Still have this space here to add things on. This is everything that I have in my calendar right now for this mid-month 10-day period. So can add things if I need to. So that's awesome. Can make another one on the back if I really need to. It's not that serious. So I haven't had to do that yet, and that's great. I'm afraid that if I do, I'm going to forget about them, forget to flip this. But right now I'm using these Midori clips, which have been fabulous because they don't pinch the page, and that's a beautiful thing. And you can also, they're removable, so you can take them off, and I just move this, you know, page to page. So if I come over here and I start planning here, I just move this to the side. Pretty awesome. I also created this one for late month. Normally I just do it at the beginning, but I thought, why not? Let's do it, because if you remember my video of my late month planning from last month, I get a little crazy and I try to pack on a ton here to get done. So I'm concerned that I might have to make a second one of these. I don't know right now. We're going to see how it goes. Sometimes if you have like Jay's the type of person, if you give him this much space, he will fill that space with all kinds of junk and out of control stuff. So I try to give this much space so he has less nonsense. So sometimes I'm that person that if you give me like a whole page for 10-day planning, I will fill that up just because I'm not a fan of white space. But right now, like I showed you here, I had some white space and it was okay. I didn't feel like I needed to fill that with anything. So that's kind of awesome. Growing as a person, maybe. Right now, again, I didn't feel the need to have a header for each of these days because I think that some of these things are going to take me Sunday and Monday to get done because I have, as you can see here, 3 events on Monday. So yeah, I'm going to be chipping away at this for the next couple of days. What else did I want to say about this? In the back, I did create a couple of lists, more Alistair method lists than 10-day planning, although they do have the 10-day planning because here's mid-month and here is late month. So these are all of my writerly friends. So people I'm in writers groups or critique groups with. Evie and I are not technically, well, yeah, we are. We're just best friends. We're writerly best friends. And so I just have this here and I created a key where it says if I read pages for them, I have an X, and if I finished reading the pages, I will put a square around it, and then I can put an N either here where I have the important asterisk situation column. I don't know what the hell I'm calling that. Signifier column, I guess. I can put an N here that I did notes for that person or an email, or I can just do it because there's plenty of space by their name. It's not that serious. So this is just helping me keep all these new people. This is my new group that I just added. We finally got a date on the 16th. I'm so excited to meet up for the first time. So I haven't met these people yet, but I am loving their writing thus far. And I just went ahead and filled that out for late month as well. And since this is the first day of mid-month, I haven't written any of the stuff because I haven't done any of it yet, but I'm going to get on it. And that is really what I have been doing. I'm loving this. So before I go, because there's no real changes there, I'm thinking about, if you remember this planner, this is the, oh my gosh, what are names? I might have to flash it on the screen. This is the B6 Plus, something like that, Leuchtturm planner, and it is a monthly with pages. So the months look like this, and I can't remember off the top of my head, it might be 16-month planner. They're awesome. They have these little notches down here below. Let me pull it up in case you can't see them. And these notches allow you to put the number for the page in the back in case, like on the 12th, you have a meeting and you made notes for that meeting. You can come here in the back and say, okay, the meeting notes are on page 111. I think that's pretty awesome. And there are 138, yes, pages in the back. So this is by Leuchtturm 1917. Got that beautiful cream colored pages. So I just want to let you know that you don't have to have something like this. And I'm happy that I'm starting to really appreciate and understand that. Like I knew it, but sometimes you have to just kind of live this before you can appreciate it. You can do that on any monthly. So for instance, this does not have a little notch here, but you could create one. Of course, I don't have a pencil next to me. Yes, I do, just kidding. So like right here, you can make a little notch if you wanted to. And you can go ahead and put something like, this is the bullet journal pocket. So you could put BJP, and you could number this if you wanted to. We could say, just put a 1. And then we could come to the back here and to a free page like 38 here. And just put 38. And then I know that the notes that I had for August 16th are on this page in my bullet journal pocket number 1. It's not that serious. And I thought, oh my gosh, once I learned that, again, I felt like, wow, I don't really need to have this, but it's kind of awesome that I do. Now, if you remember when I did a review of this, I also bought a B6 Plus notebook, like a companion notebook, and it does come, I think, in all of the layouts that Leuchtturm provides. Mine was just a straight up lined notebook because I just wanted to take notes in here. Now it got really, really dark. I'm sorry. Hold on. Okay, I don't know if that's lighter or not. I had to remove the paper, the out of the control paper that was washi taped, hopefully. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, the companion notebook, I ended up not using it and I put it away because I was scared I was going to try to use it and then I would be annoyed because this is another planner thing where you use a new notebook and even if there's only like 4 pages used, your brain is like, no, this is no longer new. We can't use this. No. So I haven't actually used that, but it's just for extra notes because there is only 138 pages back here. But I'm thinking about after August is over, because I've actually been using the crap out of the pages in the back of this guy. This is probably going to be done by the end of August. I'm very sure it is. I might not even make it. I might have to be like, you know, washi taping in or tipping in some of these just for extra pages, which is fantastic. I love that I'm using these, and I love that because it's smaller, the pages like this, they fill up faster and it makes me feel like I'm actually using this notebook to completion. Whereas sometimes I get really bored because there's too many pages and I'm like, I'm never going to finish, but this is going great. Because it's going great, Sylvia's like, hey, how can I fuck this up? Just kidding. And I'm like, I know how. But anyway, I wanted to give this planner a little bit of love because I have not been using it. Again, I like to use a planner and be able to say that I got my money's worth. I haven't in this. I certainly have in this, and absolutely in the pockets. I know that I'll get my money's worth with these. They're great. I highly, highly recommend them. I can't say enough great things about them. But this guy, I have to give some love. So I'm thinking about, instead of using this monthly, I'm going to start planning monthlies in here. And then the daily pages that I've been doing in here, I will move to here. I'm a little nervous because, as I mentioned before, the A6 orientation was I was not a fan of this. I was not a fan of this at all. It was too much space because it is an A5 page when you turn it this way. And I think that if, so there's a huge margin on either side and the top and the bottom. If we line up the dots, which start over here and here, we're looking at maybe 2 less columns, just 2 less, and maybe, I don't really know, I can't see, this is hard. I should have done this before. Maybe 2 less rows on the bottom. So this is a nice sized page. I might run into the issue where I have too much white space. I don't know, but there would be more space. If you're someone who cares about decorating or adding washi tape, this might be the size for you if you're trying to do something like this. Yeah, because over here, we have the dots lined up here and the dots lined up here. So it's looking like 1, 2, maybe 3 more columns and then a ridiculous amount of extra rows. So I don't know how I'm gonna feel. I hope it doesn't break my system because I'm having a great old time with this. I just want to give this a little bit of love. I've also been using like this random, I don't know what size this is. Yeah, I don't think it says what size, but I've been using this for notes because I just write really bad and awful in here and I don't have to feel bad about it because it's not beautiful paper. It doesn't have to be neat or anything, and I'm almost done with this. And I love this notebook because I get so much writing and just planning on the page done. And I'm thinking I'm going to replace this with this because, like I mentioned, it's almost done. I'm scared because this is pretty paper. It's beautiful. It didn't cost a ton of monies for this planner, but sometimes I get, I don't know, when it comes to this kind of paper, and it does look pretty because I did fit it inside of my personal classic crock, which I did have to cut down. So that's a lie to say I fit it in here. I Cinderella evil stepsistered it, you know, by cutting off my heels and my toes to fit it in here. Just the front cover anyway. So it's kind of misleading if you haven't watched this video before to think that it fits in here. It doesn't, but I made it fit. I'm gonna make it fit. So I don't know. There's a couple of things, like I mentioned, that the sizing might be too much white paper. It might be too pretty for me to be able to do what I do in here. And again, that's all planner stuff that most people might not get. So if you're like, I don't understand the problem, then I'm not talking about you. You're doing great and you should continue to do all the things that make your life work, which is probably not any of the stuff that I'm talking about here. Yeah, so this planner does go up until February of 2025. Okay, so you get 2 months into that new year, and then 2 months before the new year, and then the full year of 2024. So what is that? Yeah, 16 months. So I would really like to give this planner a go, add that companion notebook in here and see what I can do with this planner, because it's not the planner's fault I haven't used it. I just haven't really got around to it. But now that I'm back into the swing of things and I'm looking to mess things up, obviously, by switching up what I'm using, I really want to give this a go. And that is everything, you guys. So, and I don't actually know if I'm going to be doing 10-day planning in here or not. I'm thinking about it. But right now it's working really well. I might find something else or want to change things up. So we'll see how it goes. All right. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hate this thing. I hope that this was helpful. Thanks for watching and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.